Now joined by head coach Tommy Lloyd. We'll go right to Coach Lloyd.
Yeah. Hey, so, obviously Kerr didn't play today. It's nothing crazy. It was a surprise to all of us. We had some guys kind of horsing around at pregame meal and he got hurt. So we don't think it's anything serious, but they held him out tonight. And I know that sounds crazy, but that's what happened. And, and we look forward to getting him back and being at full strength with him soon.
All right, we'll start with questions for Coach Lloyd. Justin Spears, Arizona Daily Star.
Sorry for the music in the background, Coach, but where do you stand on that with Kerr, being out because of horsing around? Is that, something that you kind of have to tell him to, hey, maybe dial it back?
We'll handle all those issues internally. Hey, I will say this, and nothing with this situation specific to that. Having a great culture is tough, and winning and being consistently winning and playing at a championship level is tough, and we're not there yet. I know a lot of people are trying to anoint us, that we're all this or all that. We're not. We're a young team, that's going through some growing pains, and we've just happened to stack up some wins. And we're going to fight really hard to have a great culture here. And Kerr's having an amazing season, and obviously you guys see how important he is to our team. And Kerr's not the only guy involved in this situation, so it's just unfortunate he's the one who had the injury. So we're gonna just handle it as a team and move forward from there.
We'll go to Brian Peterson next. Brian,
do you anticipate to have him available for the road trip?
Yes.
Okay. Azulis, in this game, did you have to redo the game plan without having Kerr and try to focus more on that, or were you trying to get it as much to him as possible early on?
I found out so close to game time that I just stuck to the same plan. We didn't really do any crazy adjustments, and we kind of made some adjustments as the game was going on. We felt how we were guarding ball screens, and felt our role was consistently getting below, and we had to play through them. And we haven't had to do that much this year because we haven't had too many teams play that style of ball screen coverage. But our guys did a great job of hitting Zoo on numerous rolls, and then once Zoo settled in, he was good. He got surprised with some defensive rotations early, but then after that, he kind of figured it out and played really well.
Thank you.
Bruce Pasco, you're next. Bruce.
Hey, Tommy. I'm sorry, they're playing music up here. I can't hear you too much, but did you say what Kerr's injury actually is? Because I heard it was maybe a wrist or something, or what did he actually do?
No. We're not getting into any specifics, Bruce. Nice try.
Okay. But you expect him back? Will he be at practice?
Yes. I already said that. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Troy Hutchison, we'll go with you next. Troy.
For the season, you mentioned Azulis being a really good player, but you felt like there was more there to unlock. Is this kind of the example of that?
I think we all know how talented Zoo can be, and he's had tremendous moments and tremendous games over the course of his time here. Sometimes he leaves you wanting a little bit more, but also I think it's really cool to have a player when you need somebody to step up that can step it up to the level he did today, which was exceptional. And we'll see how it goes going forward. Obviously we'd love that effort every day, but I'm especially happy, he gave it to us today because it was much needed.
Jason Shear, Wildcat Authority. Jason.
How much better is the offense when the bigs are working together like they did tonight?
Well, working together with everybody is a huge key, but obviously turnovers is something we've got to address. And when you play that system, sometimes your bigs have a few turnovers here and there because you have multiple handlers of the ball. You don't just have one guy making decisions. But when they're playing like that and moving like they were today and connecting on a few high lows, it's special and it's a fun offense to coach, and it's hopefully a fun offense to play in, and hopefully a fun offense to watch. I've really been challenging those big guys, because I've coached this system for a lot of years, and you got to fight to get those high lows, fight to get those duck ins. If you don't fight, they're not going to happen. They don't just happen, out of thin air. So sometimes, it's tough for those big guys to consistently be engaging physically. They get, a little bit worn down, maybe mentally and physically, and then they gotta answer the call, because when they play like that, obviously it's a really effective offense.
Greg Hansen, we'll go to you, Greg.
Tommy, how would you put this homestand in perspective?
2-0. You know, and obviously you guys are watching a lot of games on TV and around the country. It's hard to win. It's hard to win games. So you never take them for granted, and especially in the circumstance, you know, we kind of, went through today. It's a character building win today. It's a program win. You know, to be able to overcome a little bit of adversity at the last second, and even when the start of the game's not going your way, and didn't feel like you could make a shot, to hang in there and end up winning, you know, by a decent margin at the end. So I would categorize it as a very successful homestand, and looking forward to our going out on the road here a little bit and seeing what we can do.
Mr. Rivera, Steve?
Along those lines, Tommy, what are your biggest concerns as you head on the road for a while? It's going to be a long stretch here.
I mean, you know, I mean, obviously your biggest concerns is, you know, having a strong culture that can withstand some adversity, you know, and you know, team adversity, individual adversity. Understand, you know, that we got to play for the greater good, you know, and that's when we're at our best. I mean, you know, that's why I was a little bit upset with Adama at the end of the game. He's a young player. I think he's going to be really good. Got really, I really think highly of him. You know, to see him call off a ball screen and call an ISO, you know, I don't know if that's how we want to play. So, you know, when those moments happen and creep up, I want to make sure that we address them. And we're, you know, we're still, you know, Coach Rob reminds me, we're still in the process of building this culture. Just because we've won a few games doesn't mean we're where we're at. And we're a young team. You know, we haven't had a lot of experience having success and going on, you know, these kind of stacking up these wins. So, you know, we got to be mindful of that and understand that, you know, we're just at the start of our journey. And so I got to be mindful of that and make sure that we're doing the right things moving forward to build a long, you know, standing culture that can, you know, can handle ups and downs and consistently win. I mean, that's the goal.
And along those lines, you have games like this every now and again, or not you, but our teams do, where you go 2 for 17, 2 for 18 from the three-point line. Just your thoughts on that.
Go inside.
That's the solution.
Worked pretty good in the second half.
Okay.
Go back to Troy Hutchison. Troy?
Just was wondering if you could comment on Umer's game. He brought a lot of energy off the bench.
Yeah,
for
no.
yesterday.
Hey, thanks for noticing. I'm really proud of Umer. You know, I mean, you know, he stepped into a high level game and really was a difference maker. And he deserves moments like that, but he's got to understand he's responsible for making moments like that happen. That didn't just happen by chance. That happened because he went out and made it happen and was really active defensively, was posting up, you know, underneath the rim, and he's a force when he plays the right way. So, you know, hopefully that'll be a confidence booster for Umer, because we need everybody. As you guys can see, we need everybody. We don't have a huge margin for error, and when he plays like that, he makes us better.
And we'll end with Bruce Pascoe. Bruce, back to you.
Sorry, Tommy, wondering if you could just address Justin's game specifically, and, you know, being kind of thrown in the fire at the beginning, but he started obviously a ton of games as a collegian. How would you assess how he did?
Well, I'm proud of Justin. You know, I mean, he's come here, he's accepted a different role. You know, he started his whole career. He's never played point guard. So, you know, he's kind of, you know, he's learning that position a little bit. And, you know, and obviously he played really good last game. And today, you know, I mean, when it happened, I was like, hey, this guy could easily score 20 today, you know, and it didn't go his way with shooting, but he hung in there and did a lot of other things well, and he was really engaged. So, you know, his experience shined through, and he rose to the occasion. And, you know, at the end of the year, you know, I think we're going to look back at this and be thankful he did today, because it was a much needed win that, you know, continues to put us in position for things we want to accomplish.
If I could ask you too, I just, considering some of the losses among the top 5 teams or so, you guys could move up to maybe even the top 3 or so. I'm wondering what, if that happens, and kind of, you know, what do you think about that possibility?
As
Maybe
Nick
you guys-
Saban would say, rat poison. It's rat poison. I mean, this team is just sitting around, everybody's telling them how good they are. They got to understand what makes them good. What makes them good is when they're edgy, they got a chip on their shoulder, they play incredibly hard, they attention to detail, they take care of the ball, and I feel like we've just slipped a little bit in those areas, and we got to fight to get them back.
Thanks.
All right. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.